First of all, thank you for coming out this morning. My name's Doug Pickford. I'm the President and CEO of Dulles Area Transportation Association. A special thanks to Supervisor Alcorn for hosting us today. He's been a big supporter of data for years, and obviously a supporter of Bike to Work Day. He's dressed as a Bike to Work Day. And I want to congratulate all of you who are receiving recognition today as well. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the Dulles Area Transportation Association, we've been in existence for about 36 years, and our primary responsibility is to work with employers and to assist them in finding solutions to getting their employees to work outside of just driving in a car by themselves. And we have a number of programs that we work with employers on, and bicycling and pedestrian access is an important one, but we also work with the employers with commuter benefit programs and finding ride matching for van pools and car pools and things of that nature. So all of you employers, if you want any assistance, all of our services are essentially free because we basically are funded through grants, and we'd be happy to work with you. So again, congratulations. I'm going to turn it over to Ronit. She's going to talk a little bit about the, I don't know where Ronit is though.
I'm right here.
Oh, there they are. Ronit, this is our first annual employer challenge, but Ronit's going to talk a little bit about the program.
First of all, thank you all for coming, and we really appreciate it. And thanks again to all of our partners, especially the Hunter Mill District Office, DRPT, and Fairfax County Department of Transportation, and of course, local bike mavens, FAB, who I see here with us today. A couple of words about why people are like, what is this about? Why are you doing this? Which is always a good question to be asked, because of course Bike to Work Day has been going on for a couple of years now, and what was so special about this year, and why did we do this? Well, you guys might have heard that there are a bunch of new metro stations around here, some of them near your place of employment. And the great thing, and you can now take your bike on Metro anytime, anywhere. There, any time of the day, on any part of the train. It doesn't have to be folded. There are no regulations. And and that opens up a whole bunch of new, basically bike train commute possibilities. And certainly talk to any number of folks in this area who maybe they live in DC and they bike to the metro station, and then they take the metro station out to work in Ruston, and then they will bike a little bit that last first mile to work. There are other folks who are biking along the WNOD in new and exciting ways. Or maybe you're feeling like you want to kind of break it up and apart, and you can actually get off the WOD and take ride on the trains for a little bit. So we want to celebrate that, and that's sort of the explosion of new opportunities that we have here to really sort of combine options for new green commuting, taking advantage of all the amazing bikes and trails that are in this area, and all the many companies who really have strong commitments to sustainability, to health and wellness. And so we wanted to, celebrate that. We sort of took a look at who participated in Bike to Work Day, which companies in this area had a minimum of 5 employees who participated, and we had some of the usual suspects, such as Microsoft, and then we had companies like Fibertech, which, although is, I believe, under 100 people, had 11 folks participating, which is extraordinary. So we have a whole range of companies, including, of course, the Eldon Street Tea Shop, which did not make it for 5, but when you've got employees of 3 and 2 of them sign up, we want to honor you as well. So, we are very excited to be able to honor you today. We look forward to working with all of your companies to making your next Bike to Work Day even more amazing. We're taking appointments now to plan, for planning in March and February of next year to make it even more awesome. And so that is what we've got going here. We are really thrilled to be here. We are very grateful to be able to do this with the support of the Hunter Mill District Office, which is very bike-friendly. And I think with no more further ado, I'm going to turn over to Supervisor Gordon.
All right, thank you. So thank you very much. Thank you, Ronit. Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Data, for everything that you've done to support this event and what you're doing to support multimodal transportation in the Hunter Mill District and beyond. So we really appreciate that. Congratulations to everybody on the recognition, on the achievements. I do want to just spend a couple of minutes talking about multimodal and how important it is, because in Fairfax County for a number of years, our transportation network has been focused on the automobile and the automobile exclusively for getting around, for getting to work and other places. So we've turned a corner in the last few years, and now our emphasis is on providing other options for people to get to work. Certainly the most dramatic recently in this part of the county is the opening of the Silver Line Phase 2, which is definitely a milestone on that track to multimodality. But it's also important to realize that not everybody is going to take the train, not everybody is going to live along a route that makes sense. So as we move forward into this new way of thinking and getting around, it's important to look at other modes of transportation that provide options other than single occupancy vehicles. And bike to work is a great example of that. And it's not only good for commuting, it's good for your health. It's good for the environment. You're not burning fossil fuels, you're burning your own energy that way. So this is really very, very exciting for me to be here. And I also just want to note, this is also an area in terms of getting around safely is definitely a priority of mine and the Board of Supervisors. We do have challenges in terms of pedestrian bicycle safety, not just in Fairfax County. This is true all over the country and the world, I guess, for that matter. And we are committed at the Board of Supervisors level of making those improvements to our road system, to our trail system, to our sidewalks, to improve access, to make sure that things, that getting around can be done safely. And I do just want to, give a general request and suggestion. If you all or your employees see places that need attention because of a safety issue, maybe it's a missing link, maybe it's a crosswalk that needs to be made more visible, maybe it's a trail connection that happens to be missing, or the proximity of a busy roadway that could really maybe be a little bit safer, let us know. Let my office know. We are, at least I think, have committed to at least a down payment of making improvements like that, $100 million over the next 5 years. We've committed to pedestrian and bicycle improvements around Fairfax County. So we might not be able to get to it very soon, but we definitely want to have those places on the list, and your input on that would be very much appreciated. So finally, I think we're about ready to take pictures. I did want to give one big shout out to the person in my office that put all this. Jillian, thank you so much for making this happen and setting this up. I think Ronit said the next time she's got a birthday celebration and wants to do something here, boy, it's good. This is really well done, and I appreciate Jillian, everything you've done to make this happen. And also Shamli Hount in my office, thank you for all your work over the years. Producing and promoting bicycle use. One last thing, we do something in Hunter Mill called the Tour de Hunter Mill, which is a great event once a year. It's not a race, but it's an opportunity for people on bicycles to go around different parts of Hunter Mill, to experience it, to see things. And I know every time that we've done that, I've actually seen a part of Hunter Mill I've never seen before. So anyway, that comes up in the spring. Keep an eye out for that for next year. But anyway, I'll turn it back over to Ronit, and we can get on with the rest of the program, I guess, right? Yeah. All right, thank you all.
We'd like to start with ASTI. Let's see here. The Eldon Street Tea Shop, Fibertech, and I would like to make a note here that these folks have made use of the new and exciting Bike to Work Day pit stop at Innovation Station. Microsoft, represented by the one and only Laura Graham. Washington Metropolitan Airports Authority, represented by Richard Golanowski. And the town of Herndon with Julie Cagle. Have Fab come up, please, to honor and just to recognize your support of biking in this area. I'm going to pick on Robert here because Reston Town Center has done so much for biking in so many ways that it really ought to be honored.